Dear Diary, what if I'm not extraordinary? I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm currently in Italy, and getting out of my normal routine in LA has been a breath of fresh air, and I feel like this is a reset I needed to end the year. But running away from my problems never ends up working out. We'll get into that later, but for right now, I just landed in Rome, and it's time to make some breakfast. We're gonna get ready. We are going to a cafe. I've literally been up for 5 hours. It's 9 right now. I've been up since 4. So I'm like in this weird state where I'm like tired, but I can't fall asleep. Like I've been trying to fall asleep for so long. So I think we're just gonna tough it out and start our trip in Italy. I thought I could film a little get ready with me, and we'll see what we can come up with, because you guys know that Italy fits are about to go hard. So while we get ready, I thought that we could talk about New Year's resolutions for 2023, because your girl loves New Year's resolutions. I think I'm a very goal-oriented person, and whenever there's like a chance for me to like plan out future goals and set these like benchmarks for myself, I get really excited. And so every single year, I always make this vision board filled with like goals I want to complete in the year. So I actually am a really big fan of New Year's, because I kind of like this like reset on life. I feel like I just constantly need resets on life. A few of my New Year's resolutions from 2022 was like to be more outgoing, or to go on a trip with friends, and to live in New York, which I did this summer, which was amazing. And another one was to like go to Europe, which I'm currently in Europe. I also had some like career goals for myself, and one of them was to go on an influencer trip, which I did end up going to during the summer in New York, which was super fun, and I'm so grateful for. And you know, there's also some like smaller ones that I feel like is also just as important. I really want to find a consistent exercise routine, and it's taken me a bit to get there, but I think I finally have. I'm starting to get there. I've been working out pretty consistently in the past couple of months, and one of my goals was to read like 30 books by the end of the year. Did not happen, but I did read a lot over this summer. Definitely not 30. I think I read like probably 10 books this year, which not bad, not 30, but not bad. For 2023, I really want this phrase I coined called social riz. I feel like social riz, let's explain what social riz is. It's kind of like the type of riz, that charisma that you have with like strangers, with like anyone on the street, like cashiers or like flight attendants, or like literally anybody on the side of the street that you can just have a conversation with and have that like charismatic, like, you know, like they joke with them and like that charm. I feel like I'm like pretty shy with strangers, and I don't really try to talk or interact with them, and I really just want to be like more sociable and have that like that charisma, the social riz, guys. That's one of my big goals for 2023, but I feel like that is gonna be like really hard to achieve, because it takes like a lot for me to like put myself out there when I'm with like strangers and stuff. But honestly, I feel like this type of thing, you just have to like practice, and it's like a muscle, and the more you just like do it and put yourself out there more, the easier it will come. To be honest, I'm not really a big museum person. This isn't my idea of fun, so I begrudgingly follow my mom around these 3-hour tours. But I can say I really did appreciate this one we toured the Vatican. Honestly, the thing that really amazed me was something I couldn't even take pictures of: the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Pope Julius II commissioned Michelangelo to paint the ceiling during 1508, and it took Michelangelo 4 years to finish the ceiling. Looking at the ceiling, I tried to imagine Michelangelo on his back, on top of scaffolding, painting this massive surface. For 4 years, he just kept chipping away with each stroke, each brush.
Obviously, the ceiling turned out to be one of the greatest achievements in art history, but what really captivated me was the amount of patience that it must have taken. Like the idea of having a vision and really taking the time to cultivate it and to see it finally come to life 4 years later is truly amazing. The reason I've been thinking a lot about that ceiling is because with the end of 2022, I've been grappling with a lot of disappointment. Disappointment in myself for not hitting all the goals I had at the beginning of 2022. But let me first tell you a little something about myself. Growing up, I always felt myself to be the underdog. As a youngest child, I stuck to the trope of always feeling underestimated. I felt like nobody believed in me. But, like every kid ever, I thought I had something special inside of me brewing and that nobody else knew. That I would grow up to be someone extraordinary and I could finally have my superhero moment and prove everyone that has ever doubted me wrong. As a result, starting from a young age, I would set very ambitious goals for myself. And when I mean ambitious, I mean that by 9 years old, I wanted to be on the covers of Forbes magazine. I truly believed that if I shot for the moon, I would land upon the stars. And I clung onto this ambition and naive belief that I was the one out of a million. But now I'm 20, and the end of my childhood means coming to terms with reality. And that means facing the terrifying question, what if I'm not extraordinary? Okay, we're gonna try to take an Instagram picture right now. We're literally just gonna take it against this wall because I'm so hungry and we're gonna get lunch in a second, but first we gotta get the picture. Wow. How's it taste?
What?
Is it good?
Yeah.
It doesn't taste weird?
No. It is very good. Ayo.
Water. I don't even know how to answer this question. But what is that famous saying that is very fitting for my current location? Rome wasn't built in a day. I think too often I find myself rushing through life, trying to maximize efficiency at every corner possible, feeling pressure to be the first one to succeed and constantly chasing after the validation of success. But the chase never ends when your motives are self-serving. I think along with patience, I'm trying to figure out what my purpose in life is, as existential as that sounds. How can I make a positive impact on the world in my own way? Because people aren't born extraordinary, but they become extraordinary. I think too often people my age in college become jaded after experiencing their first failures. They completely lose faith in themselves and settle for more comfort because they're terrified of more disappointment. It's hard to trust the process when everything is so unknown, but believing in a cause that is bigger than yourself helps keep your head above water during rough times. Patience is a virtue that very few possess, and after seeing the process of greats like Michelangelo, it reminded me of how important it really is. Because at the end of the day, what is the goddamn rush? There is no finish line. It truly is about enjoying the process and the ebb and flows of failures and success. So, with the start of 2023, I am going to have faith in myself. I'm going to have faith that I can paint my own ceiling of my own Sistine Chapel, that I am extraordinary. Because at the end of the day, if you can't believe in yourself, then how can you expect others to? That's the end of today's existential rant. But I really hope that you guys enjoy this video and more Europe vlogs to come.